Hello, welcome to an episode of Faun's Heart. Welcome to the new year, everybody. This is actually really nice to be here. I'm super excited. It's 2017. As you can see, everyone is, of course, waiting here while we go over what we remember from last time. We're still in Holston. There's about the 4th days in. The group, if you remember last time, dealt with mages, mephits, and a potential changeling in the group. They've all leveled up now. They're on level 3. We took care of that beforehand here. If anyone does have questions about leveling up and whatnot, you can let us know. We'll be glad to help you. Let me move our OBS over to another screen. Maybe that'll help somewhat. I don't know why I cannot see the stream on my own thing. I can see that I'm streaming through really loud and clear. But in the meantime, let us direct to everybody over there, and we will unmute them all and start the process. Just letting you know, everybody, we are doing the unmuting right now.
Use Slack.
I could use Slack, but why?
No, don't know me.
Holly.
Like, I just come to use Slack. I use Slack. I don't know what's going on with our Twitch page right now. I see it's playing, but it's also perma-loading, but it's playing.
It's playing.
Like, I don't know what's with my own Twitch. It was doing a weird thing to me the other night as well. Yeah. But as long as it's working, I don't need to see the video. I have it live in front of me. Lovely. Welcome to Faun's Heart 2017.
Hi.
I ran down about the mephits, mages, and the potential person in the group that people aren't trusting very much and had issues with last time. And we're on the night of 3 after the show, depending on if you want to do anything after you've discussed with Langla and Lamille about your concerns, or it can be the morning of day 4. What would anybody like to do?
Oh, heavens, take 20 minutes to get my brain to work again. Let's do that.
This is like a morning time to me.
Our concerns with Sylvia?
Yes.
I want to go tonight.
You want to go to Still the Night? Okay. I
want to go what the night?
She wants to stay at night, is what I caught with that.
The night before the day 4.
Yeah, so we're still on night 3.
Yeah.
Has it taken us 3 sessions to get to just night 4?
I mean, you guys can move as slow or as fast as you want. That's always up to you. It's just... I will never...
It's not our fault we had to beat tiny demons to splat with a stick.
That is true. That did take up a lot of time last session, which fighting generally does. So... do an F11 full page. So yeah. So you want it to still be night. Why did you want it to still be the night? What do you have planned?
Save the night and fight the break of dawn.
Come tomorrow? Tomorrow I'll be gone?
Yes, but it's not my idea.
I don't want to be gone tomorrow. I have...
There's stuff to do.
Yeah. Things. Stuff and things. Welcome to Faun's Heart Karaoke! No.
Can you sing the Banana Bread song again? I mean, you can still, I would think that, like, once it happened, we would go, like, straight to her. I mean...
If you can find me.
Well, no, we're not going to you. We're going to...
Okay.
Who are you looking to? Are you actually looking for Sylvia, or are you looking for somebody else now? No. Well, it's night.
No,
Who are you
no.
looking for?
We're gonna go talk to Llama.
Llama? You already read No, well, yeah, Saladri was talked to last night as well by Valia. Because you, I guess, already talked to Lingla and Lamila about your concerns and about the mages in town and stuff like that. And then Valia actually talked to Saladri.
Of course she did, with no one else there. Whatever.
With no one else there. So that did happen in that way. I'm actually looking up just something here. Hoping? Well, our Twitch is doing a weird loading thing, perma-loading, for some godforsaken reason. And I'm looking it up because I guess it's just happening on our page. So I'm seeing if there's a... right click. Select this. I am coding! Oh my god! Thank you, Twitch screen. I didn't really want to be doing this tonight. I haven't... Gorgeous. I love seeing this shit. That is a lot of code. Anyways, you guys decide amongst you what you want to do next.
Would be here.
While I am emptying out the little inspect on the screen, I will suggest this of anyone else that needs to know. I'll put it in our Twitch channel because it seems to be a problem. You guys can decide what you're going to do either tonight or tomorrow morning. Is it still cast? Anyway.
See, the problem I'm having right now is I can vaguely remember having had plans and intentions, but I can't remember what they are.
Oh, wow.
What's oh wow? Things got a lot louder.
Things did get a lot louder. That was a little odd.
Hi.
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 Where?
Konnichiwa.
Okay, that's one. We found one fix. Oh my god. Where's the other one? The stream. It's apparent. It looks like it's cleared.
I don't see anything.
It's clear for me. Finally, I don't see the load screen. And
Right,
it's not dimmed out and still working. Okay, good. Just gonna make sure here I didn't freeze, because that could be something. Nope, it's not freezing. Praise Jeebus, hallelujah. And I'm glad it is working for you, just something else.
Okay.
Alright then. Bum-ba-da-ba! Thank you! Anonymous internet user that I found on a Google search for fixing this. Huzzah!
Should we tell Limamel about asshole mages? Does she know already?
Did you guys not talk to her last time? Oh, I don't think you talked to her about the asshole mages.
No, I'm pretty sure we did.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. We did. We definitely did.
Okay. Because she didn't have drinks prepared for us.
Oh yeah, she didn't have the drinks prepared for you guys. That's right, you kind of... You actually surprised her somehow.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Right? That's odd to surprise an oracle that way. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, no B. But I see Ashley has a recommendation of what she would like to do. And
I'm not totally sure that's a good idea.
Do you not want to smack the mage that talked back to you the other night?
Do I want to? Absolutely. Do I think it's a good idea? Not really. Do I think that maybe attempting to recruit for our side of a war that doesn't exist yet? Not so much.
What do you ever think is a good idea? Nothing.
Buns.
Okay. Well,
Coffee. Not torturing people.
I don't torture anyone.
We like buns.
Oh, really?
We
Do
like
you not?
coffee. We like not torturing people.
I think those are all extremely reasonable points of view.
Okay.
I'm not that reasonable.
All right, so
I mean,
okay.
seriously, which of those are you going to argue against?
All of them.
Okay, bullet points. Buns, coffee, not torturing people. Really? One of these things, not like the other. Okay.
Tessa's not got a microphone, or?
I don't know. All right, so if we have nothing else to do tonight, it can
Maybe
be the next day. And Ashley, if your mic does work, you can pitch.
Yeah, I guess it would be best for me to kind of clarify. There were some people who were grouped together and they were talking about what they could do to overthrow the mages. These were regular townspeople, and Tess focused on their faces so that she would be able to find them again. So that was the next lead we were going to follow up with.
And I'm telling the group because I don't know if they're going to kill me or not. I would reckon if they didn't, but,
Fair question.
changelings.
Changelings. Changelings aren't really well liked generally and are not really trusted.
No.
Like, at worst, she'd steal from you. Thank you, Ashley.
Well, she's not going to kill anybody just
You
yet.
only have to worry about the lesser felonies.
Okay, well, is that what you want to do today? And what time do you think everybody would be getting up at? It's now tomorrow morning. When are you rising?
I'm getting up early and hanging around the camp to tail them.
And I'm assuming I had a show the night before.
Yep. Anyone who performs would have had a show the night before. They don't go yeah, keep in mind they don't usually go super late, because, I mean, families come to these things, right? But,
Yeah.
so we're going to need, then, a stealth check from Sylvia once we do get underway.
That works.
But it depends on who is all going as well, then, for the next part. Who is actually, then, if Tess is going to go, and Lita said she's going to go, Valia, are you going or staying to go see what trouble they get into finding the Resistance?
Great.
I'd better keep an eye on them at the very least.
I have a 1 in stealth.
But I want to make sure that everything is okay at the camp first.
Well, of course, yeah.
Like, I mean, Saladri is still in, or last I remember, Saladri is still in the infirmary tent, and
She is.
I think the other guy's left.
The other guy has left. He has returned to his own. You've seen him kind of a bit around this morning already, trying to practice, but being very careful. Learned a slight lesson there, but that's still what they pay him for, so he's still got a guy to do that job.
I'll keep to myself the suggestion he should become a water eater instead.
That's just drinking. But yeah, Saladri's still in the infirmary tent. She's up and she's kind of moving around the tent a little bit. She does seem like she's not as jittery. Sleep has done wonders. Although you could probably still get that there's still a little bit of nervousness to her. I mean, the mages are still in town, and she still thinks they're going to want to kill her.
No, they are there, and they are dicks.
Yeah. So that's where we're at for her, at least, unless you have anything to address to her, because, yeah.
I'm going to offer her the chance to come with us. I actually can't tell with any certainty whether she'd be safer here or with us in town. Granted, she's less likely to be accosted here, but if something does happen, we'll be farther away, so it's up to her.
Oh, well, let's see. We'll flip a coin. What? No, don't do that. Do you want to do a high or low? Do you care?
It's up to her.
Let's see the mood she's in today. She's in a great mood. Wow, max roll there. And she will be coming along with you actually on this adventure. It'd be nice to see, because if they're mage resistance, that'd actually be quite wonderful to meet, because then I actually might be able to help her in dealing with them, and maybe they can hide her even further in.
Tess is gonna kind of try to crush her dreams a little bit. Like, if you come along, like, the mages kind of hate you, and you would be drawing attention to something that we're trying to do under wraps. So I actually don't think it's a good idea that you come.
Oh. Oh.
Under wraps?
Secretively.
I'm not sure that's very likely. Let's be honest.
Well, do you think we're on the mage's radar? I guess you might be, since you've just, like, blatantly called one a liar.
Well, he was.
This is true, but doing on, like, stealthy investigation is significantly more difficult.
My point is more along the lines of, we've spent some time together over the last few weeks, and I'm not really sure I can reasonably say that stealthy is something that's likely to happen when we're doing things.
Well, we didn't have the mage's attention before, but with what you did, we certainly have their attention now. So if we are seen with the resistance, we are officially an enemy of the mages.
I can make myself look different.
Sure, ask Layla for a disguise.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Ask Langla for a disguise. We should have some costumes that aren't in use. And at that point, Tess will put on her own disguise.
Okay, you can get advantage then on... Actually, yeah, you can get advantage on disguise, and I believe that will actually help with a few other things.
And that
Certainly
was
hiding
just
you.
a deception roll.
Yeah, that's deception. Let me just check here, actually, if, as a sorcerer, she has access to something specific here.
She should.
She should have access to that, if I recall correctly. Yep, she does.
Are we all going to play dress up?
If you so choose. She will head into the medical tent. She's actually not heading for disguise. Because she's going to use polymorph.
I will follow her because I'm assuming if she goes into the medical tent, she wants something medical.
Nope, she just uses it because she's not going to do it in the middle of the crowd. Like, well, maybe not crowded, but...
Yes.
Certainly...
I, the player, understand
active,
what she's doing, but she didn't say anything.
No,
so...
she didn't. Sorry, chat. I keep hearing thighs instead of disguise, which is making this a very strange conversation. Yeah, she goes in there. If you follow her, she goes, "Oh, I was just coming to change. I don't mind you being here. I just know that in front of people, sometimes they don't really feel comfortable with it."
Valia turns around and doesn't look under the assumption she means her clothes.
I know, it's so awkward. Tess will put on her thighs. Anywho. Well, there's a small... It's not really fair to say shimmer, it's just something in the air kind of changes a little bit. And there is a...
I know what magic is.
Oh, I know! You'd feel it. Like, I'm just saying, like, you would feel it. There's something actually in the air. So it's not she's changing her clothes. You feel actually a magical shift. I'm trying to think what she actually would end up being like to be able to fit in and walk around with everybody. Without necessarily fitting in and walking around with everybody. Let's say... she becomes a cat. Just thinking of it. It's not a puma. She becomes a small turtle shell. Not like a decent sized turtle shell. She actually becomes a really small one, almost like a runt of the litter style. Adult, but smaller. Sicklier, kind of. Not a kitten, is what I'm trying to tell you. It's like, it's not actually a kitten tortoise shell cat.
I get you. I laughed at cat.
Oh, the, okay. But yeah, so she's a smaller cat, and she kind of just comes up to Valia then, and just kind of parks there, and...
That is not what I thought you meant by change. Also, this has reminded me of a comic I should probably show people later.
Yes, please. Is it the Who's a Good Kitty?
Oh, yeah.
Who's a Good Pud Pud?
Pud Pud.
Who's a Good Pud Pud?
Pud Pud.
It's not a kitten.
It's not a kitten. No, it's not a
It's
kitten.
not a kitten.
It's a small adult cat, but it's like that, you know, like I said, like the rent of a litter style adult cat. I used to have one, okay? She was always so tiny and thin and meekly. Adorable, though. But there we go. She's using polymorph. So she's kind of, yeah, sits over beside Valley right now. And then she kind of heads out the door.
Well, I suppose we should. Well, if everyone
I am
is.
the best food.
I am the best pud pud. For everyone else to see.
Yes, the If we're worried about being seen, I suppose maybe we should try to disguise me too. Well, not that extremely.
As the kitten goes outside, you hear an audible "ah" from some random person.
The best pud pud. I still love that comic. I'm sorry, it's Background Slytherin is great because I love
Wonderful.
I love the flounce. Flounce,
Yes.
children!
I
Okay.
enjoyed them. I'm pretty sure this one is my favorite. Especially with things like the scream, "Ah, McFriggin' Gonagall!"
Okay.
Yeah, enough of that.
I know, it's just... I'm bad for that too, it's okay, we're all good. This is why I hate, this is why we're not going to edit our stuff, because I don't know if I could do it very well, but we'll see. Okay. Tess is ready to go. She's got her thighs on. For everyone else that's going to go get disguised, I guess you either need to go talk to Langla or attempt to disguise yourself. I mean, we can't all be blessed with polymorph and what have you.
I know how to wear a hat.
That might do. And
I'll ask Langla what she thinks.
you can find her around pretty easily. She's just... The carnival is as it is every day. There's a few people, streaming in to check out the wares and whatnot. So she's in Wyndham, pushing to go to the show tonight. She kind of stops as you come up to her. It's like, oh, hello. Nice hat.
I don't have a hat yet.
Oh, okay. Pardon me then. Hello.
I don't really quite know how to ask this. Apparently, we're going to do something secret-ish.
Way to give it away.
So we're gonna go do something secret.
Ish.
Boy, mate, or good at subtlety.
What did you expect? This is Paladin subtlety. this is the other side. And the others seem to think perhaps I should try to be disguised. I don't know how to do that.
Oh. What would you be comfortable as? Or wearing? Or being dressed in general? Or makeup? It'd be very thick makeup if you wanted to actually disguise. Wax bits and what have you.
I don't know. It hasn't really come up before. They don't go in for theater that much at the temple.
What, no grand displays for rituals?
Well, the problem is essentially that from their point of view, a grand guignol means a disaster they have to go clean up.
Oh, yes. I suppose there'd be no chance for disguises and makeup and whatnot when you have to clean up disasters. Well, come with me for a moment and let's see what we can do in our costume tent. And if you follow her, she'll take you there. It'll be a little bit like, we're not talking like you're hours later. Because it's like, I imagine if you're going to go do secretive things, you kind of don't want to be delaying a long time. So she's kind of...
Probably not. I don't know. Not good at secret.
She puts some stuff in your hair. It's kind of, it's some cross between like a gel and a dye. It's not like a permanent kind of thing. It's one of those comb-in dyes, but it's old medieval style stuff-ish. So it kind of just...
It's magic fantasy old medieval style.
It's not even magic fantasy old medieval style. It's actually literally like little crushed dyes that go in on something that kind of like goes oil in your hair and stuff like that to cover it. She does braid your hair and put it up in a bun then afterwards, because if it came out and whatnot and people fiddled with it, or you fiddled with it, the stuff might come out then actually. And that way the slight oil to it actually keeps its shape.
That's good. I've already said buns are something I'm in favor of.
Well, then there you go. Yeah, so she gives you kind of a little bun at the back of your head. Your hair is a nice brown color at this moment, a bit darker. It's actually like henna color, dark brown that goes into your hair. She kind of just like studies you for a second, looks at you for a moment. She does add a bit more dye on your face, but keeps it pretty light. As opposed to oil, this one feels slightly waxy, and it gives your skin more bronze tone than the light golden health tone that you kind of have already. So it gives you a bit more of a tanned look, and she adds a little bit of red to it to kind of give a ruddiness to your skin, as if you spend more time out in the sun and really working around the carnival kind of thing versus in the medical tent, away from the sun and helping people. So it gives you kind of more of a rough
magically
look.
Pale.
And magically pale, exactly. So it kind of gives you more of a rougher tanned look and things like that. And then beyond that, she actually does give you a... I'm trying to think what the term of this is actually, pardon me. It's a type of fabric... Well, a rougher woven shirt. Like, if you have one, she just kind of passes you once. Like, you can wear this over top of what you're wearing, because then that would also add a bit more bulk to your masculine physique already. And that way it'll also confuse a few people, too, in what your true size and look actually is. And if I were you, I'd hunch just a little bit. That might actually help to disguise your height. No! Jalen has not thought about how to do this shit in her everyday life. What are you talking about?
Well, the main thing that struck me in all that was the... What do you mean, masculine?
You don't have to be big to be muscular.
Yes. Muscles there are. That's quite a strength. Valley will pretty much do exactly what Langla said, just sort of looking entirely out of her depth in the process. How bulky is this thing?
The shirt itself?
Yeah, let me put it this way. Is there room to strap my sword under it?
It's loose, not really bulky, so yes, there would be. It would alter your shape a little bit, but not in the way that, oh, look, you have a sword underneath you. If you hunched over too much, then yes, you would tell you'd have a sword underneath you. But if you give your shoulders a slight slouch, you should be fine hiding your sword against your back, or slightly lower, like just above your hips, kind of in your like stomach indent area. By indent, I mean your hips and your ribs and what goes there.
Yes, well, On me in real life, that's not really an indent, so...
Well, it's kind of, well, I know for my
Took
mom,
a
the
minute
indents
to
either
figure out
happen,
what you were-
yeah. I also know for my mom, her indent is up here, because, like, and I mean, like, under here area. I'm reaching up by my ribs, by the way, and we can't see me. I'm almost right underneath my armpits. So, that's, there's always an indent in that area because it's where, like, bones don't protrude out. It's where the skin kind of starts cutting in, even if, you know, regardless of your size. So that's just what I mean. Like, if you're having it pulled against your skin, where it can rest on something so it doesn't go straight down unless you're a stick twig figure, you can probably settle your sword or the holster. That's a gun. The scabbard for it in that area. And hide it well.
Okay.
Ta-da!
And also the regular stick.
Are you just gonna, like, lean on it and hunch and walk?
Pretty much.
Nice.
Although I'm not entirely sure that that this will be convincing.
Guess we'll find out.
Tess is tapping her leg and
Start trying to fit in with the crowd. End up doing instead a great big ego sort of mouth stuffing with one dragon.
So Tess is... Yes, I can hear you. What were you saying,
I
Ashley?
can hear you.
Tess was tapping her leg impatiently no.
Well, if you're ready, Valia, to join your companions, if you feel disguised enough.
It's fun.
Alright, Lang will just kind of open, the tent to you to show the companions, so... I believe she is ready, and at least to fit in with this crowd.
Relatively speaking.
And then, so at this point now, Sylvia, if you are doing a tailing stealth, that's what you had mentioned to be what you are, please roll your stealth.
I have been around the camp, I know that. And I've been watching you guys already. So I'm using Jack of all trades to add a +1. I don't know what I got.
5.
Okay.
If you can see it. I don't know. It didn't look like you whispered it to me, so I'm hoping I can let them know that, but...
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's in the chat, so...
It's in the
Okay.
chat.
Yeah, if you want to whisper it straight to me, that'd be something different, but I don't think you had. It's okay. At that point, though, yeah, you're in the camp, though.
Yep.
We'll see what they would want to think. So the three of you get together to go ready to go into town, I guess, to go look for these groups of people. Oh, hi, Ashley.
Hello?
Are you flickering?
She disappeared completely. She is good at stealth.
I think a 5 on a stealth roll. Well, got no stealth. It's still bad.
Yeah, well, I think, you'd have a 6.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Tess, Ashley.
Testing.
Oh, she's gone.
Uh-oh.
She's gone.
I know she
No,
was checking her sound.
My poor little book. My poor
Editing
book is
this
coming
out
up
might be
first.
nice. Editing out this might be nice.
Okay, so editing does have some of its nice things. Hello? Welcome to our old friend. Technical difficulties.
Happens every game.
right?
I didn't
Like,
enjoy. I really didn't enjoy when it was my turn.
I know the feeling.
so we're going to start a fundraising pool, everybody out there in viewerland. If you would like to contribute to actually getting us so we don't have to deal with technical difficulties ever again, we'd be greatly appreciative. You can only see and hear me. Oh, shite.
Uh-oh.
That's interesting.
Means you can't hear the best voice in the game? Oh my goodness. Poor Ashley. I meant Abby, not me.
I don't believe you.
I don't know. I like all of y'all, so I don't play favorites.
Wait until you hear my new character voice.
Oh boy.
Oh jeez.
Mr. Crowley. No. Craven.
Mr. Crowley.
I'm not gonna say that on, internet, but there's a reason I love that reference, so we'll leave it at that.
No, this is fine. We've had golems. We've had those other things. I want Sylvia's third form to be a glam rocker. Yes, definitely.
Oh, I was gonna go
Constantly
talking.
talking as though on stage, singing half the time. Has special music proficiency with air guitar.
That is wonderful. I was gonna go Scottish punk rocker, but that actually sounds pretty good.
Scottish punk rocker.
Oh, you mate. I'm scared. I haven't done my Scottish voice in a while. So.
You know what? I'm gonna start designing a technical difficulty scheme.
Choose carefully, if for no other reason than you want to be careful what you set me off to do.
I'm gonna
He's
make
like
a
an
technical
orange on a
difficulty
toothpick.
character sheet.
Technical difficulty character sheet. So just
They should.
roll on a random table.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Destroy the
mix of
game?
like wild magic and
Have you got any?
I don't know what race it
other...
would be, but
Jalen, are you
Yes.
still in contact with Tess elsewhere?
would be on Slack. But if she's starting her whole computer, it wouldn't be there.
Right.
So yeah.
Going to be spending much of tomorrow evening talking with a stupid Scottish accent.
Ugh!
Ugh. This
Ah!
head looks like an orange on a toothpick.
I'm gonna
No,
be starting watching series of unfortunate events on Netflix.
I'm jealous. I really wanted to see that.
I'm like scared because the books were like my childhood. I don't want it to be like crap.
Yeah, I know the feeling. The movie was okay. Best part about it was Jim Carrey.
I feel like I know that I watched it once and then I never watched it again. So
Jim Carrey?
fun.
Yep.
Funny thing about that movie, when if you remember the series of Unfortunate Events movie, The Business with Olaf was dressed up as a sea captain.
Uh-huh.
Jim Carrey thinks that the accent he was doing for that was Newfoundland.
What? What?
He was trying to do a Newfoundland accent for that part.
Oh my
Oh
god.
gosh.
That's what he thought that was?
That's what he thought that was. And it just really cemented in my mind the idea that, as far as I've ever been able to tell, there's no such, it can't be done. Nobody who is not from Newfoundland can do a Newfoundland accent. I really genuinely believe that. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
even that version of Count Olaf, his last line was like, "Stay where you're to, and I'll come where you're at," which is supposed to be this like classic Newfoundland thing to say. It doesn't exist in the wild, but it's explicitly a reference.
Surprisingly enough, I don't remember a lot of Newfie. When I worked at the call center, we had a lot of Newfoundlanders call in because the 3 call centers, or the Sears call centers, would handle from different parts of Canada. And so the same call center that would handle always the same region, dependent because of time zones around the country. So ours regularly got Newfoundlanders. And after a while, you're like, it's its own language. It really is. And you should get a little certificate that says, I am fluent in Newfoundlander.
It's English, but it's an interesting dialect. And the worst part is it's fast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can't even understand it. Wait, ooh. Hello?
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 Tess?
Hello?
Ashley?
Oh no!
I can still only.
You
Oh,
just-
no, everything's back up now. Everything's good.
Okay.
Yay. Sorry about that.
What?
Yay!
Oh
So
god.
about that plan you had, I am not going to go Canadian. I am Canadian.
I can't hear her.
You can't hear now?
I
I
can't
can't hear her.
Oh.
I'm gonna reboot my or refresh. Hold on.
So, Sarah Lynn, you can't hear Ashley?
No, but I couldn't earlier when she was talking. Like
That's
when she
weird.
was talking to Abby, I thought Abby was talking to herself.
I
And
refreshed.
then, like,
I could
when
barely
I got
hear
quiet,
it.
I heard Ashley talk, but it was like
What do you
whispering.
think I am, crazy?
Yes.
Dear Roll20. So we've been using and paying for your system for quite some time. This is my not amused face.
Let me
Yeah.
restart and see if it helps.
That's bloody trash it is.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. I think we're gonna be shifting over to Tabletop Simulator in the near future.
Yep.
Oh, good. With the convenient ruin everyone's fun button.
Which will be disabled.
Good.
I hope that will be actually disabled, as opposed to that when you thought it was disabled and I managed to flip your table anyway.
No, I actually knew that wasn't disabled at the time. I just wanted to check if you could beat the 20. I actually had re-enabled it for you at that time. Yeah. I think I had, and I looked, I'm like, oh, it's not disabled. Tick. That explains that. That's how you got your nat 20. I do like that says you have a nat 20 or lower if you have to try and roll to flip the table. That's a nice little script to it.
I can hear you, Lydia.
Now she can only hear Holly.
Oh. Okay.
Can you hear-
Away.
Can hear you. Can you hear me?
Wait, now I can hear you.
Okay. Holly's singing.
I hear that. I've been hearing her.
Ashley?
I can barely hear Letta.
I can hear her.
I can barely hear her, and she's turned all the way up.
I can hear her.
We heard that.
Oh, I can hear Abby over there.
Test talk.
Talking.
Yes,
Oh,
it's here.
yay!
Yay!
All right.
I can hear you and see you.
All right, cool.
By the way, it's too much of an effort to call you Sarah Lynn, so you're just Letta to me now.
Okay,
Tends to happen.
that's fine.
Lovely,
The
lovely.
kids at work like see that it's on because I bring my Wii U to work, and they like see that it's like Lita, so they're like, "Who is that?" It's me. So like, they think I'm like this crazy person. I think I don't know.
Nope.
Yes, and they're completely wrong.
No, well they think I'm like Sarah Lynn at work and then Lita at home.
Ah.
Is that wrong?
No, well, no, it's not wrong.
When people tell you to get a life, you can just say, I'm a gamer. I have many.
I
have many
actually,
of lives.
I actually only knew one of my friends as the bear for 2 years because that's who he was in the LARP.
Mm-hmm. I need to do that more, but I don't have time. Unless people pay 30-20 to go full-time for my job, I don't have time to do any of that stuff. Not yet.
If you ever want in, I got lots of contacts.
Don't tempt me. Anywho, so we are on to Thalia has come out now. The disguise with Langla. Tess, I guess, and Lida and Valia were going to start heading to what they want to do. If you're typing that you can only hear me, I'm going to scream and flip my table.
No, I hear everyone.
Okay.
So what are the people up to?
We're heading into town, and Tess will specifically look for the resistance.
That's awesome.
I love that. I love that. It's like I'm gonna go be looking for the super secret society. Secretly.
And I'm worried about how we're going to do about that. No, we're going to walk through the town, maybe knock on doors. Hello, are you the resistance? No? Oh, all right then.
I know that's not what's gonna actually happen, but yes, that's what's going on in my head. I like the canon in my head a lot more, but only at times. The tortoiseshell cat follows along. Somewhere along the road, a few other cats start joining along, it seems. Huzzah. At least she's blending in with other cats.
It's a tortoiseshell cat. I'm gonna draw a picture of what I think that looks like. Continue.
Okay. Alrighty.
It's a coloring. It's not like a cat that's been crossbred with it.
Nope.
Okay then.
For those of you playing the home game, that's a tortoiseshell cat. But anyway. I'm not going to share it in the group yet, because I'm going to let Lida come up with her own. And then we'll share it after that. I think they're gorgeous colored. So, yeah, that's so you have a tortoiseshell following along, a few other tappies coming along as you guys head into town. Tess, how are you looking for them?
Just kind of looking at faces, because she did specifically study their faces to remember it. So is that like a perception or an investigation?
It'll be an investigation and possibly an insight if you find any that looks similar to see if it's like the person or not. So first we're going to start with investigation to see if you can try to find a gathering of people you suspect might be.
Do I get advantage because I specifically tried to remember their faces?
I'll give you advantage of the insight, but investigation, you're looking for the group right now of who could be it. So the insight will be identifying, yes, that's them kind of thing, versus here's where they gather or where I suspect they might be.
Alright.
That's pretty good. You can guess that likely these...
I know my drawing's pretty good, duh.
That is definitely a tortoiseshell cat.
Yes!
Kind of looks like Catbug.
What? No! Not a cat bug. But I'll just color the shell in.
Why would you do that?
Okay, Tessa's investigation turns up a few areas you think they might actually be in. You suspect probably they'll be sticking to the quieter taverns, likely not the ones that visitors from out of town would see or would go visit in. Look for the more local taverns, quiet ones. And you think you have them at kind of not quite the outer edges of town, but certainly in where there's more. It's weird to say suburbs for medieval, but it's definitely where more people actually live versus closer to markets. So you have a lead and idea of where you think they are. Do you head to that area? I'm guessing yes.
Absolutely.
So you head there, and if you're looking, are you going to look into the tavern or actually enter the tavern?
Actually enter the tavern.
Okay, if you go in there, you might take an insight. This is where you can get your advantage, because you did memorize the names, or faces.
I'm just following them around and trying not to let my performance slip into Long John Silver territory.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Nice advantage.
Yeah, right? Super useful. Woo!
So you have entered Oak Shadow Inn. And as you look around, you had a strong suspicion and a strong thought that this is where the group should be. This seems like the place that, you know, the kind of people that were doing it were in. But you don't spot them here at all. You don't see a single face that looks familiar to you here. Oh, hello.
Can she look for just a group that seemed to be like huddled and talking quietly?
Yeah, if you... I was gonna say, you can try perception on that one.
I thought she said
Listen.
cuddled for a moment.
I thought she did too. Go ahead.
We must overthrow the horrible mages. Also cuddle me.
Alright,
They
so...
need to have a strong bond in order to pull that off.
I'm entirely in favor of the snuggly revolution.
Snuggle first, then overthrow the evil mages.
Snuggle first.
Priorities.
War later.
What have I started? Oh god.
Inspiration for Ashley, inspiration for Abby. Congratulations on the Cuddle Fest and breaking your DM.
Yay!
Where have I been putting them?
Okay.
Oh, there it is. It was in there somewhere.
Snuggle first, war later. And then don't be a part of any revolution that doesn't snuggle and cuddle. Anyway, let there be a lesson to everybody. What was that? You cuddle together, you revolt together. Come on, tell me I'm wrong. We have a question. Is that a Kusanage, if I'm butchering that, I apologize, figurine as Sylvia's icon?
It's not an icon.
That's actually a cam feed.
Heck yeah.
See?
Yep. I seen it. I just, yeah. User question. Okay, so that's very... So even though Tess couldn't get the faces of the people who are around, she couldn't see them in there, you do get to overhear some people actually whispering. It seems like it might be coded, but clearly whispering with some intent, and it seems to you like it's whispering like you did hear before about the resistance.
Whispering with intent to nuzzle. Should we all be rolling perceptions?
Actually, Tess will
Whatever.
subtly gesture towards that specific group. Very subtly.
You will not need to. She has subtly pointed you subtly to the subtle group.
She subtly pointed us to the subtle group.
Mhm.
I'm gonna fit right in.
Perfectly. All right.
Tess would also like to try to see if there are any animals here.
Well, you're
Oh,
being
we brought a
followed.
cat.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're being followed by like 3 cats.
Okay, well, like, excluding those 3 cats, please.
Yes, there are a few other animals around. They seem to be somewhere between familiars and, of course, just basic pets. You have the familiars that like the weasels. You have someone here does have a dog with them, and someone has a potbelly pig.
Are they kind of doing their own thing, or are any of them seeming to be paying attention?
The pot-bellied pig is paying attention.
I cannot shake from my brain the idea that the guy with the dog is indeed the medieval D&D version of Shaggy.
Golly, Scoob! Like, those mages are kind of terrible, right? Like, we should deal with it. No.
It
By
was
my
old
heart,
man-
Scuba.
It was old man Elminster all along.
If it weren't for those meddling adventurers. I'd have gotten away with it, too. Anyways, yes, the pot-bellied pig is paying somewhat attention to the discussion that is going on. It is actually, it looks to be one of the pets of someone actually at the table. The dog and the weasel don't seem to really care much. The dog is laying at someone's feet, and the weasel is just curled up around someone's shoulder, neck area.
Sorry, does the pig belong to somebody in the resistance or no?
It does look like it's actually someone's at the tables. Like, it's actually close to someone, and it's not hiding that's paying attention. Like, it's not stealthily doing so. So you can probably guess from that it must belong to someone there, or else they wouldn't be talking so blatantly open in front of it, even as they're kind of whispering and talking in code.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's put whatever you want in your live feed there as an image.
See, I told you could have done that show.
What?
Probably. That'll just have to...
Ding. Dancing crab. Alright. What do you do?
Well, Tess is going to sit at a table nearby because she doesn't get directly involved in these things, but the rest of the group knows which group we're trying to investigate, I suppose.
Yep. So Tess is sitting at a table nearby. It's still early enough in the day that you absolutely can find a table nearby and take up a spot. It's probably why they chose to be here and to be talking, because not really anybody around. Not many, at least. What's the rest of you doing?
I'll join Tess and be a perfectly normal farmer at the table.
Okay.
Yep, perfectly normal.
Perfectly normal. Lida?
I'm joining her as well.
So apparently putting my video on destroys my computer.
Dang. Yeesh. Noted. Okay. And, Sylvia, what are you doing during all this?
Following in a somewhat far pace? I don't know. A little bit far back. If they go into somewhere, I go in there as well. Just 5-10 seconds later.
Yeah, they went to the Oak and Shadow Tavern.
Okay. Going in and ordering a craft of wine.
Okay. You are there, and you can choose to sit wherever you wish to at the tavern.
Okay.
And your three cats all join you, milling around your feet at the table you are at. The tortoiseshell one just kind of sits, though, and observes. Of course she does.
I scritch their airs without really looking, so it's about 1 in 3 chance I'll get Saladri.
Good pud. The best pud.
He's the best pud.
All right. If you are attempting, to do any listening to them, you are all going to need stealth and perception. Because I'm sorry, we're going to make sure you can listen without actually looking like you're listening.
I can do the perception part. That's +2 as well, I believe. And a +1 from there. All the rolls.
All the rolls.
Oh my gosh. What in the hell am I doing with my character sheet?
Singing, I guess.
So,
Okay.
your perception is grand, but people kind of stop for a moment and turn and look at a forest elf. Gorgeous green hair,
Spiked up.
Spike.
Sitting at the bar, singing I'm Henry VIII, I am.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh,
Androgynous looking, kind of got that nice in-between look going on with them. Can't tell who they are. They sit there apart from everybody, but clearly not hiding from anybody.
I am a perfectly normal farmer.
Wow!
you take the high road and I'll take the low road. We'll meet in Scotland tomorrow.
Yeah, so let's go around the table and see what happens. So yes, the elf is getting everybody's attention right now. The pot-bellied pig kind of looks over to Lita a little bit, but then just studies and looks back up around the group of the people sitting at the table talking.
Valley asks Tess if we should order drinks.
I guess that would be like the part we're playing. So yeah, let's order drinks.
You flag down the server in the tavern, and they come over to you and look, and the person helping you just kind of looks down. What can I get for you?
Tea, please.
Do you
Yeah.
have any decent beer?
Alright.
Because that's what normal farmers do, just like drink as soon as they wake up.
Totes. I don't know about you, but if you've seen my family in Mexico. Anyways.
We're in a pub.
You're in a tavern. And then she looks to Lita. Are you getting anything? Or they look to Lita. Are you getting anything?
Luna already grabbed some stuff on her way in, but she would like more ale.
Alright. They kind of look, take in the cats. Okay. And walk away to the kitchen. It's a little bit later. They come back.
In and out of character, I think the most ordinary thing you can do in a pub is order a beer.
What time in the morning is it?
You are still in the morning, but it's not that early in the morning.
You have
It's
to start
still-
early.
Yeah, you guys did start early, but you had to get in disguise and whatnot and things like that.
I'm
so
talking about
it's-
drinking. You might as well start early.
Oh.
Get it quicker, you know. A head start on the world.
Hair of the dog, I betcha.
Exactly.
Yes, of
And
course.
in that case,
Of course,
it's
we're here
mimosa.
looking for the resistance for whatever's going to happen in the next town. So it's hair of the dog of war.
There you go. What were you saying, Ashley?
Well, if we're gonna be drinking this early in the morning, let's get some mimosas. Because that is the
Fancy.
appropriate morning beverage.
You're not wrong. You're
Are
not
mimosas
wrong.
actually like around at this point in time?
It's what? Orange juice and champagne. So let's say it's orange juice and a bubbling drink.
So
Kind
Let's
of?
invent it.
But ordering a
You
long,
can
slow
invent
screw
it.
up against the wall is right out.
I
mean, I think you'd have to invent that drink, so...
my
What am
wife
I gonna say? Fractoria has daiquiris, so sure, we can have mimosas.
my wife did invent sandwiches in her DMD game.
There you go.
So
If you tell the server to bring you orange juice and a bubbling alcohol, they will. You can invent a
Done and
mimosa.
done.
Yeah, they sit both in front of Tess, kind of looking a little odded out by, well, you know, fine, whatever. Orange juice is a fine breakfast drink, and there's
Well,
your light bubbly of something.
what is
Valia is learning
Honey
that
something.
Valia is learning that it counts as stealthy to weird out the local serving staff.
I don't know if it's super weird. It's orange. It is orange juice, right? So that's like that's a breakfast thing, morning. And then it's like here's our bubbling honey something or other that has a little bit of fizz to it. You're not sure where the fizz comes from.
It is a sparkling mead.
There you go. That's basically what it would be. I'm trying to think how you cause the fizz in a drink, and yeah, I think that'd be possible. There's also magic in this world, pretty high magic, so it's a doable thing to fizz it up.
It depends. Yeah. Well, You can do it magically, or most alcoholic drinks are fizzy through fermentation rather than carbonization.
Mm-hmm. I'm not criticizing. I have mimosas too. I'm trying to, it's just the funny of the server bringing you patunk, patunk. So those get set down in front of you. A beer gets set down in front of Valia, and the ale in front of Lida. And I keep going she, and it's no, they. They then take a tray. What's the term I'm looking for? Saucer. And they set a saucer of cream down for the 3 cats at your table.
The elf did that?
Nope, the server did.
Server did that. Okay.
The server did
That's
that.
good.
The server helping you appears to be a dragonborn. You cannot tell the gender necessarily. They are not exactly surly, more just they seem tired. Their scales are a deep blue-green color. And they have spikes that run down kind of longish to their shoulders. So, yeah,
Rather
that's
pretty.
your server. Rather pretty indeed.
I am quite curious to see if the cats drink the cream.
2 of the 2 sniff at it, the one that's not Saladri. And they start looking at it very... Stupid chair keeps rolling over to my left. And they do start looking at it slowly. The one kind of does a little bit slower than the other one, kind of like little weirded by it, but you know what? Roll an insight.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think the one that delayed a little bit may have kind of slouched a little bit, or maybe it was them actually leaning into the cream to get a proper stance for drinking. You're not quite sure. Sladry does acknowledge the cream and does sniff at it, but if she's down a little bit, the tortoise, she's actually focusing on the table from the resistance.
To be perfectly honest, I mostly just wanted to see if Saladri was going to join the other cats in licking stuff up.
She is not, although you see that she does, think of doing so, and she does, kind of patrol the dish, but then she moves and lets them have the cream, so it almost seemed like she was edged out. She doesn't seem to care much, though. What do the rest of you do? Yeah.
Can I try to figure out the code?
Yes. 1 second here. I'll actually see what could be useful for that.
Yeah. Look at this. Yeah.
Anyways, I will stop doing that for now. Because yeah, you can try and figure out the code. I'm just thinking there's got to be I know there's a skill, but it's insight or percept that would help with that. Because you want to listen, and you're wanting to listen really well and see if you can catch a beat for it. That's what you're trying to do, really. Or a word supplementation or something like that that's happening. So you can catch how they're supplementing what with the other. That's what I'm looking for. Bloody thing. Welcome to D&D appendixing, everybody.
Did somebody try to grapple?
Nope.
Only with the kitties.
Meow. 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 So if we're trying to figure out the code, let's go with the straight wisdom. Actually, no, sorry. Yeah, let's try straight wisdom. Because you're trying to catch if it sounds familiar to it.
All of us, or?
Nope. Tess is trying to figure out the code. The
Well, we're
discussion
there
that's going
listening to it, so.
Yep. Would you like to try to figure out the cipher that they're using?
Can't hurt, I don't think.
It'll be.
Yeah, I will too.
It's a wisdom.
Oh my gosh.
Rolling like a boss tonight.
So we're rolling wisdom?
Yeah, just wisdom, not a wisdom save. So, Lida, I might need you actually to re-roll that.
Okay. I clicked the wrong one.
No worries.
Aw.
I don't even think I know English.
I don't even think your save makes a difference.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so we'll keep with your first roll because it didn't actually end up making a difference. Tess, I think we need to buy you new virtual dice.
I'm changing colors.
I change the color every so often because I think it matters.
How do you change the colors?
You click the little color box.
Yeah.
I like that, dice superstition in the virtual world. I'm going to change the colors.
Uh-oh.
As opposed to go out and buy dice. Nice. Okay. Don't forget, though, by the way, I was just going to remind you guys, inspiration can be used for rerolls if you want to use it, but you burn it that way to do so. In the case of the cryptic table next door, Valia and Lida, though maybe, let's see here. You have been listening, if I can check from the... Valia a bit better than Lida to a degree, but you have been listening to the table beside you. Tess has got the better what's going on there. However, Tess seems to be distracted by other little things, trying to pick up in between, and you two can hear that they're kind of changing out mages for certain types of cargo. Things that, maybe they talk about apples and a batch of rotten apples, or they talk about a shipment that did go sour, or things like that. It seems like they're trying to talk about shipment and merchant-wise instead. But parts of it kind of catch...
talk about apples, I can certainly join in there.
But you can kind of catch that at some points it slips a little bit in that doesn't sound like a description of an apple. That doesn't sound like a description of oranges. That certainly doesn't sound like anything that bread should be described with.
Okay.
This bread should not be with slices of apples and pieces of cheese. This is a sandwich of evil.
So can I pick up what words that they're substituting?
Yes, you would be able... you can pick up and catch what they're actually substituting. So if you listen for a little bit now after picking it up, you can kind of catch... They are talking about the group that arrived into town. It seems
Damn it, now I made myself hungry.
Okay.
They're not really covering... Oh, no, Tess. Nose. They're not seeming to cover up the tavern they're talking about too much. Hungry for evil. They're not totally covering the inn they're talking about. If I remember correctly, they're at the Princess.
Okay.
So they call it pretty much... Crypt for that is like the stuck up. They don't, like I said, they don't change it overly much. They're just the minor substitutions that make it seem only a little odd when they cut out of it. So after a while, you then catch that the idea is possibly to do something with their rooms, to investigate the rooms at that inn, and then see if there's anything they can do to stop mages. Because, magic is, problematic to work with if they suddenly start casting spells around you, what have you. But they're a pretty large group of people, and maybe if they get enough together, they can take down one or two of the 3 or 4 that were there.
Okay. I do want to write down the words that I know that they're substituted for.
Okay, I can... So, 3 mages are being called different types of fruit. So you have, apple, orange, and peach. Without knowing the types of the kind of people they actually are, because it sounds like they got some information from like on the inside, kind of. So probably someone that works that in as also part of the Resistance. So you're not sure which mage is which in that group, like which one talked back to Valier or which one any of those. But the 3 mages have to do with the different fruits. They use descriptions of fruits, kind of.
I bet he was the peach.
He just was lovely peachy, wasn't he? He was peachy keen.
No, he's the pits.
As I said, they use stuck up to reference the tavern. And it sounds like they talk about shipment way, such as a shipment is expected to go to, and then they'll give a name of someone of the town. It sounds like they're using that to indicate where and when they're going between shops and searching places. Like they've been to, the shipment had arrived last night at, at Soma's shop, but unfortunately it had to be out right away, which is to say that, they maybe, the mage left right away kind of thing. They didn't find what they're looking for. Ashley, do we have you back? Food code name Kumquat.
That's awesome.
I think everything's good now.
Good, yay!
Stuffed kumquat.
Unfortunately, while Lida is making little notes and Valia is listening in like, ooh, I can talk about apples, Tess doesn't notice you think they're talking about fruit, and that just seems weird, because weren't they part of the Resistance? Like...
Tess is totally gonna cheat and look off Lida's notes.
No. You totally think they're the pro-scurvy Resistance.
Well, I don't support these guys at all, then. You guys are gross.
Alright then. And the elf, for you sitting at the bar with your very poor... you cannot hide with a dang, but you're very good at picking up what they are saying. You just don't know the what the cryptic means. You just know that they are talking, yeah.
I don't even know what the rest of the team is doing at the moment. Like,
nope.
I don't know either there. I just...
Well, you had a good perception, so you can kind of even guess. It's just that you're standing out like a sore thumb.
Oh, you take the high road now. Take the low road.
Someone had too many mimosas in the morning. Alright then. What do you wish to do?
I'm gonna just continue listening for a little bit longer. Hopefully they mention if they're going to kill me or not. Probably not, but
Did you piss off the Resistance? I thought you only pissed off the mages.
I'm talking about you guys.
Oh, that's right. You did piss us off.
Something I haven't checked yet.
I did save you guys' ass slightly. And I made sure you got to see where the mages were.
So, if it wasn't clear for the 3 of you earlier, though, by the way, you do all notice the drunken, maybe, elf that is sitting there singing to themselves about high roads and low roads.
Okay, well, we're kind of busy. I don't know if we can try and crack 2 codes at once.
We'll meet in Eberron tomorrow.
Sure.
Well, maybe Tess will give that one a go since she failed miserably at the other one. Like, this is boring. I don't want to hear about fruit. Let's listen to this drunk person.
Sure.
Is that another wisdom?
Try thinking on it, because I know it's not a code, but yeah, sure, wisdom.
If you get a 1, this is going to be very bad for you. You are going to be going like 2 towns over and assuming like an assassination attempt.
Okay, well, at least, it's not a code. They really are just singing at the top of their lungs and being annoying and... Wait, was that the same person that was at Faun's heart earlier? Maybe? That hair looks familiar.
So is it an insight to see if I could recognize that person?
It would be? Yes. Now you've noticed it's not a code, and wait a minute here.
And there are some mannerisms that do link up with Sylvia and Brand. So you can actually tell if you get high enough.
Yeah.
Sounds like a very high roll.
That would probably be, yeah. You'd have to know Sylvia and Bran. Well, you do recognize the elf from Faun's Heart, but you, that they were out there this morning, but beyond that, you're not sure. Did they follow you here? Yeah, maybe they just came here for breakfast. But yeah, you seen them at the Faun's Heart this morning.
I feel like I don't like them, but who's that person? I just, who? And why do I dislike them?
I love that. I feel like I dislike this person.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Brand might not be nice, but Sylvia's okay.
I just love I feel like I don't like that person.
It's just one of those intuitive things.
Yep. It's not your fault. I like that. It's not.
Are you
fault.
sure?
That's why I called it the long stare and tall ears.
Okay, so we have one person writing down the code. One person's, I want to say staring, but no, glaring at the singing elf. And one person listening. And the tortoiseshell cat down below still kind of, well, now she's getting some cream. Because she realized it probably looked weird if she didn't finally butt in and get some. The pot-bellied pig comes over.
Oh, God.
It's coming over to Lida.
Oh, great.
It's kind of...
Should we get another dish of cream?
I don't think that'll work with this case. And it kind of just comes over. And seems to... You're seeing a pig just kind of flop. It's kind of like how a dog sits and just kind of is about to roll over. The hip to the side and the legs kind of out. Not really a park, but a... Ugh. It does that in front of her, regarding her.
Lily just looks down at it and says, I wasn't throwing nice at the dog on purpose. And she's assuming that's what all animals hear. So
It's... I don't know if you can hear that. Let me try it. That. It does that at you in response to that.
I don't speak pig.
It continues staring at you, though. And after a little while, someone from the other table does stand up, comes over, is noticing the pig is gone, and kind of just looks down at it, looking at you. It's like, has the pig been bothering you?
I mean, it said something to me, and I said something to it back, and then it said something to me, and then I just ignored it.
Then it got all weird.
And then it got weird.
That kind of got weird.
See, this is the problem, though. I mean, even in medieval times, even in a fantasy game, girls can't go to a pub without being hit on by a pig.
Dang it, I can't do the oink, 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 oink. Oh, you do it. Okay, I can't do
Test Decept, and in the meantime... Well, I can't say that it's, that it usually just wanders over to people randomly.
Well, what does it usually wander over for? Did it hear about the dog?
The dog.
Hiding
the
in my
dog.
beer now.
The dog.
Well, it's not something like I like to bring up, so if you haven't heard about it, then never mind.
But you brought it up.
Yes, because I thought that's what you meant. But it's not. So, what does it walk over for?
I guess to collect the pig.
Well, what? What did the pig walk over for?
Looks down to the pig for a moment. You think something's going on, you're not quite what. It's like, apparently you were watching?
Watching the pig?
Watching. It's just saying you were watching, and it was concerned.
So it comes and sits by me?
Well, if you notice, it doesn't really talk much.
I mean, how much do pigs talk? I don't know.
Depends. Some days I can't get it to shut up. But that's to me. This guy's still regarding you, though, because you're kind of hit on their radar now. Although, Tess is leaning forward enough that, thankfully, they don't see that you took down the words that they were saying.
I am going to come over, put my arm around the guy who has the pig, and go, "This stuff is the greatest! Have you tried the wine here yet? It is so good."
Oh. Oh my gosh. He just regard you. Kind of just takes the arm off and it's like, do I know you?
I don't know. I've been here for a couple days now, but I can't remember exactly what happened. There was an owl and a stable, and at some point there was a cow, but I don't exactly remember. Do I know you?
I don't think you do, friend.
Well, my friend comes over when people are watching me, so obviously you were watching me, and your pig thought I was watching you or watching it.
How about I just buy you a drink? I'm sorry if I got you wrong. I'll just buy you a. Do you want a tankard or something?
No, that's fine. Do you know these people?
I could have. I don't know. I've been in here a couple days. Most of it's been blacked out. So.
Do you know them? And he's addressing to the table at this point. Do you know them?
Hide in my beer.
Well, if none of us know anybody else,
Of course.
why don't you go back to your table and have some fun with the pig or whatever, and just leave nice people alone?
He looks down to the pig briefly, just kind of like, something's going there again. And he heads over to the table, to his own table. He doesn't sit down at it, though. He leans over it, says something, and then they all kind of just regard the pig, regard you, and they quiet out. Like, they quiet down. However, you have a tortoiseshell cat with you that doesn't want that to happen. She wants help. Saladri, suddenly realizing that the pig just paid attention to you and all this happened and now they're quiet. What the hell? Goes over to the table. You all can clearly see this. And kind of parks herself underneath it. And she's looking up as if she's about to jump on their table.
Yes.
I am grabbing my carafe of wine, bringing it over, setting it beside the kitten, or where the kitten's going.
What was that?
I'm grabbing my carafe of wine, swinging over to the table.
I can hear everyone.
I can't hear Lydia. Then
Yeah, Lydia went black screen.
you're black, screened.
Lydia?
Lydia. I guess we could use Abby as a translator.
Can't hear us anymore? Can you still hear people, Sarah Lynn?
And
You hear me.
Tess Ashley went now too. Flickering again. Roll 20, dear God.
Oh dear. Sarah Lynn says you're a black screen for her, Jalen.
God damn it. We're moving
Nope.
to a different system.
Why?
This drives me crazy.
I guess at the moment it's only fair. Roll20 is about as good at these conferences as we are at stealth and espionage.
Do any of us have like a competent stealth score?
Yeah, sort of. I mean, Tess is supposed to, she's just been not rolling great.
Okay. I have 0 in stealth.
We are losing everybody, so we may just call it actually here tonight, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, I so apologize, but when in doubt, blame Roll20. I don't know why I'm facing this screen, it's because one of the OBSs. We got Lida back, sort of. Do we have Lida?
Hello? Can you hear Jay?
Hello, 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 hello.
Oops,
No.
I've lost Lida.
I can see Lydia. I can be the translator if you want.
She's gone dark.
Yeah, I think we're unfortunately going to have to call it here.
This video conference is not the best pud.
This is so not the best put. This is actually so disappointing. If anybody from Roll20 pays attention to this at all.
No, apparently that this call is not the best pud.
Yeah, this is fail pud. For those of you who forgot, this is the pud.
1 second, she's going to try to do a round robin again, see if there's anybody else you can talk to. She's restarting. Tess, are you there?
I can now see Sarah Lynn. And I can hear Sarah Lynn.
I cannot. She's black screen for me.
Same here. So every time they restart, it reboots.
On balance, stuff seems to work better for me.
Technical difficulties. Damn you. So yeah, we're gonna call it here for now. If everyone in my party will stick behind them, we'll try something else after this for a quick little thing for our own testing to see if we can move with other stuff in the future. Because my god, this is really fucking irritating.
I am going to install Tabletop Simulator right now.
Yeah. Actually, if you also haven't checked your email yet for Steam, thank you, Abby. Check it, because you should have Tabletop Simulator waiting for you as well. Funny enough, is a Christmas gift, not because I was hoping to move this to it. I was actually hoping to play board games. But it looks like we're going to have to move this to it, because my fucking god.
Where is Tabletop Simulator? Why isn't it here? Hi.
So,
Hi.
let me just,
Hi, Lydia. I could see you.
Thank you for listening, everyone. Thank you for watching this short session because of technical difficulties.
I'll make a note that we were right in the middle of being terrible at espionage when we finished.
Yep.
I'm trying to save you your asses. I'm really trying.
Yep. But
For the record, although it hasn't been going well, we have lost nothing to Paladin subtlety.
that is true, actually. It's not the Paladin. I just totally swear by Glob, actually. I usually don't swear by God. I swear by Glob or I swear by a whole bunch of other things.
Oh my glob.
Yeah, I do oh my Glob.
Chuck Norris.
I do a bunch of weird, crazy oh my Globs, oh my this, oh my that.
He's not good people.
He's not.
He really
He is
isn't.
really not good people.
Why is a tabletop simulator in my library?
Check your mail as well, just in case you didn't actually get it as a gift for accepting, because sometimes I know that kind of happens. So, ladies and gentlemen who watch us, like us, listen to us, and all that fun stuff, I apologize for the ending of tonight. You can also catch us on YouTube, channel 0D20. You can also catch us at www.0d20.com. You can find our old episodes there, as well as Fracturia. We are going to be transitioning Faun's Heart to an audio cast as well in the near future. That is to say, we're going to be trying out some other methods to pull, as you've seen tonight, not necessarily saying numbers, but giving descriptions. But you'll find more about that at 0D20 when you see us. You can also find Fracturia on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play. That's our other podcast as well that we do. The opening song was done by Hadron. Check out the little end title thing. I think it's up there somewhere about that. And everyone's still here live, so they can still hear me as I say good night. Except I think only some can hear me.
Good night.
And we shall go rail against the gods.